I watched a little television, guys.
What?
But I don't think this is conventional at all. I watched some documentaries about aliens.
Which ones? Those are my favorite things to watch.
Okay, so like, I have to preface this with a warning.
Was it
All
the X-Files?
documentaries about aliens, you have to just take them with a grain of salt. You can't.
No, they're absolutely true.
No. You
There is
have
no
to take this with
speculation.
a grain of salt,
They're the truest thing ever.
and you have to kind of organize what's junk and what is like an actual valid theory.
Spoken like a true unbeliever.
I know.
And I am totally a
Faithless.
believer. What the fuck? Okay, so it was from the History Channel. I've actually had this bookmarked on my computer for God knows how many fucking months, and I finally got the time to watch it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this shit so I can take this out of my fucking bookmarks. It's the first one was about I can't remember the names of them. I'm sorry. I'm
sorry.
sure if you just do a web search or something, you can find it. The first one was about presidents and their relations to alien activity, and they're basically talking about all the different conspiracies about how some of the presidents have had access to all the like the supposed files on aliens and alien bodies and that type of stuff, while others have just been denied those things because I guess the CIA believes that they wanna tell everything to the public, and they believe that they're not ready. The public is not ready for that sort of thing. So like, they go through all these different occurrences with the different presidents. So like, one theory was like how JFK really wanted to share alien secrets with Russia, and how he wanted to make certain documents public, and he passed like a certain type of memo or bill or something like 10 days prior to his assassination, which was going to put into motion these things, just sharing the information with Russia and making some knowledge known to the public. And on the other hand, they have like all these. They talk about how all these other presidents, they like before they get into the presidency, they're all like, yeah, I'm gonna expose this and that. But then once they get into the presidency and they have that meeting with the CIA and whoever, they come out of it just really disgruntled and kind of defeated. Bill Clinton is one of them. Barack Obama is one of them. Lots of different ones. I'm very bad with names, especially presidents' names, so I sure as hell don't remember all their names, but a lot of them. They also talk about how maybe once the presidents learn about the aliens, they themselves decide this is maybe not a good idea to share with the public, because of how it could potentially affect world violence or the economy or
Oh my god, there's so many lasers.
don't stand in any of that. You might want to get out of there. So is there any like conspiracies that you guys can think of that you've always entertained the idea of in regard to the presidents and aliens?
Not really.
Presidents and aliens? No, I don't think I've ever connected the two.
Do you believe that they actually do know and they're not telling anybody?
Well, if there is aliens, then yes, I believe that.
What do you think, Dylan?
I think all of y'all are crazy. Now, I want to believe, man. I really want to believe, but I need to see it with my eyes. I mean, yeah.
There have been like cases of things that occur, like UFO sightings and stuff, and they just flat out say, they just, instead of explaining what it is, they just flat out say, this didn't happen, what are you talking about? Or
Should have let me get that.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
my bad.
I forgot about that also, I'm sorry.
Send me the bill.
Are we going in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's a portal. I mean, there's a chest thing.
You have to kill certain things in here. Don't just kill everything you see.
Oh, the shamans.
Yeah, the shamans.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, there's a shaman right here. Killing him with fire.
There's one next to the chest somewhere.
There's one right here.
There he is.
Killing him with fire. Where's
On the
the
other
other one?
On the other side by Dylan.
I got one.
I see him. He's dead.
Alright, now you just kill everything.
Alright. I don't see anybody to kill. Okay, here's one guy. Okay, he's dead. Alright.
3 justice.
Oh, 2 chests. Awesome.
Nothing.
Something that I remember specifically was how I think when Obama came into his presidency, he put up like a website where people could petition for things, and eventually the government would address them. And one of the things was aliens. They wanted to find out there was a petition for them to disclose some information about UFO documents that have been kept by the CIA. And do you want to guess what happened with that? The petition, when it went through and it was Obama's time to make a statement about it, his statement was that there was no such evidence of anything happening ever.
Well, he
And that
wouldn't
was
lie
it.
to us.
Oh yeah. He wouldn't lie to us. So that means there's no aliens because Obama said so.
Right.
Oh, I feel safer already.
See, I'm one of those people that I totally think that they're hiding that shit, because when you look at the big picture, if people find out there's aliens, yes, there would be some people that be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I kind of already knew that, but now it just further confirms that, you know, blah blah blah. But some people will go fucking crazy. Like,
Oh yeah, well all the
religious
fanatics
people,
are gonna go crazy.
they would go fucking crazy. Like, what do you mean there's no religion? And then they start like this whole fucking war of killing off the people that say that there's aliens because it's a holy war or some shit like that. It probably would cause the stock market to crash. It would probably put the world in a state of chaos.
You don't think that it would unite the world knowing that, like, we're not alone?
No. I wish that was the case.
And it wouldn't.
I wish that was the case, but the fact of the matter is that there are people that, no matter how much you disprove their beliefs. They will never believe you. And they will always think that what they believe is right.
True believers.
You don't think those people exist?
No, I think that they exist, but I think that
I mean, isn't that the reason why we have war in the first place?
yeah, but I like to believe that it would be something that would unify us.
I want to believe that also. But I hate people because they're fucking idiots.
I want to believe that too. But I think a better way to unify us is...
Are we gonna get this chest over here, guys?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to come over.
Oh, we're going.
Oh shit, I hit it. Fuck.
Oh.
Oh no, it should be fine. We have enough time.
I saw that he deliberately hit it. I'm kidding. I didn't see it.
Typical.
There was nothing in the fucking chest.
Yeah, there was garbage.
What a garbage fucking chest. Like, I totally get what you're saying, Rebecca, and I want that to happen, but my faith in humanity at this point is pretty low.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I would think like a meteor hitting a major city and destroying it would be better than
Yeah.
people just being told aliens exist.
Yeah. Sadly, the only way to unite people in this day and age is by tragedy. But that was only one of the documentaries that I watched. The other documentary was about just strange occurrences that certain people use to rationalize the existence of the strange occurrences that people use to rationalize aliens, their existence. So the first example that they used, this is why I preface this with a warning that you can't take all of this seriously, because this story sounded like super out there, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Alright, so I believe the guy that, in the case that they're talking about, was like an electrical engineer or something, and he was supposedly building, he was like, well, maybe he wasn't electrical, maybe he was just some kind of structural engineer or something. He was in charge of like drilling a hole for the US government. I guess they were trying to make like some kind of underground bunker, and he claims that when he went down into the hole, well, while he was drilling in the hole, it eventually got to a point where this giant fucking drill just kept breaking bits. And when I say giant drill, I mean like this drill is large, like the size of a semi-truck. It's the type of drill that you use to drill through the tough layers of the earth. Very large industrial drill. So it kept breaking bits, the drill bits that were the end of the drill. So he decided to go down there and investigate what was going on. And he claims that when he went down there, he saw an alien. He says that he looked at it for a little while, and the alien did some kind of weird hand motion and started shooting laser beams at him.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he said that he pulled out a Walther PPK, tried to defend himself, and then fucking like Secret Service class military, whatever, like some really high-ranking military that were there guarding him, came down, and there was a firefight between alien laser beams and the military. He said that before he was pulled out of there, he saw that there was like already a structure underneath the ground. Like he had been drilling into like an alien civilization that was there, and when he started shooting, he started seeing more of them like coming out of holes and shit, and fighting him off. he said that one of the laser beams hit him, and it created a gash in his chest, and he like lifted up his shirt, and there was like a perfectly straight line scar in his chest. Now, this is kind of outlandish for me. Like that scar could have been made from anything.
Of course.
There's no evidence that that scar was made by a laser beam from an alien.
Well, did it leave like scorch marks or anything?
It was pretty well defined and dark looking, but it was very clean also. Like when I saw it at first, I was like, that could easily be a scar from like a surgery or something. That's what I thought. That was my first instinct on that. But here's the thing. This guy went public with his story, because when he was telling the story, he was on public television, and he showed like the scar and everything, and tried to explain everything. And he said that he believed that the military, because of his actions, telling everybody about what happened, he believed that the military and the government were after his life. And shortly after that, they found him dead. He had been suffocated in his apartment. And at first, they declared his death to be natural causes, I think. And they would not let his wife see the body. And when she finally got permission to have an autopsy done, they discovered that it was suffocation that killed him, but they believe that he suffocated himself. Or that's what the official report says, that he suffocated himself. Now, I don't know how an autopsy would show that. I don't work in forensics, so I don't know anything about that. But
yeah, how can you tell that he did suffocate himself? Like, I get that you can tell that he suffocated to death, sure.
Yes.
But like, he did it intentionally to himself. That's kind of hard to believe that you could.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So everything before that, I was like very hesitant about. I still am, but it's very shady that the guy would be murdered. I'm just gonna say that it was a murder. It's very shady that somebody murdered him soon after he came out and publicly told his story. And I don't really see a motive there for him to commit suicide. So,
well, unless he was schizophrenic and crazy, and thought that was the only way to protect himself, or whatever crazy
that's true.
Logic
That's
there is.
true.
Like maybe he didn't think that he was killing himself as much as he was like, I need to do this because this is the only way they can't read my thoughts or something, like when I have this bag over my head, they can't get to me. And then he suffocates and dies.
They came to the conclusion that it was a tube, a type of tubing that suffocated him, like a type of they said a catheter tubing, medical tubing. So he didn't suffocate himself with a bag. It was like strangulation.
So like autoerotic asphyxiation type of thing?
It might have been. Maybe the guy was whacking it in the corner of his apartment, trying something new, didn't work out. I'd be lying if I said I haven't heard of weird shit like that happening before.
I'm full, by the way.
Alright.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy came out and openly said, "Look, I'm putting myself in danger, but I think this is more important than my own life." Why would he then turn around and kill himself?
Well, if he's crazy.
If he is crazy, then yes, there's absolute validity there. But
I mean, obviously, you want to believe and you want to think that, it all means something.
uh-huh.
and that he
It's a-
actually did know what he was talking about, and the government wanted to stop him. But you know, I mean, there's
He
no.
could have just been a crazy motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
I get that.
You could have been seeing the mole people instead of like the actual aliens. You never
The
know.
mole people.
It could be real, bro.
Never know. If aliens are real, mole people could
I
be
know,
real.
right?
And crab people.
There used to be
That's true.
hobbits.
There used to be hobbits.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
I
were
believe that.
they were tribal. They lived on an island, and
I hit cancel, by the way. Y'all can hit cancel. Sorry.
I didn't even see anything pop up.
Nope. I
Alright,
saw
no.
nothing.
yeah, so hobbits used to live. They were tribal type of human species that we found them. At least we found their
You
remains.
sure you're not just talking about Chinese, like the ancient Chinese, some short people?
No, they're
it's-
literally hobbits.
They're like really short, and they have large feet, and
Well, I completely believe that because
I mean,
evolution and
there's
shit,
no
so-
proof that you know they knew wizards and went in search of a mountain to get rid of a
Lost
ring.
connection to the game, god damn it.
But
Wow.
they have all the typical features of the
Yeah,
Tolkien Hobbit.
they're very isolated. That's what we know. And they probably died from some kind of volcano.
I think that's believable.
Sure, it wasn't too much weed. You know they like to smoke.
You can never be sure about something like that.
But I think they were considered a different kind of race, kind of like Neanderthals.
I believe that also. There's lots of different what are we, primates? I don't know. This conversation is getting into a territory that is intellectually too high for me.
Man, what a weird day.
Alright, what's the next documentary you watch?
Jameer's our alien.
Wait, no. That was only part of the documentary. I've got more. But I need to accept your request. Hang on.
And
More than the guy that kills himself? You'd think it'd end right there.
No, that was only one case in the documentary.
Oh, of people seeing like signs of like alien life and they justify it that way?
Can you invite me again? I'm sorry. Another case which I think is a little bit more believable. Well, I don't even know. You know, like this is another one of those things where it could be for anything. It was a case about an electrical engineer that that I think he was down in a tunnel doing something, and it was in one of these types of tunnels that are like interconnecting between different states. That they're really large. Like they use them to transport like airplanes and stuff after they're being built and whatever. And he was in this huge tunnel, and he saw that there were like interconnecting tunnels that were like even bigger than the one that he was in, that could fit like a Boeing in it. And it was like they're really secretive about the job and just what is the purpose of having these big tunnels underground. In addition to that, like they have underground bases that they're totally outfitted for like detecting out of like UFOs and stuff, but they say that they're only there as like defensive systems to detect missiles or whatever.
This pitch hurts, by the way.
There's some of the stuff on the ground too.
So what did he see? Did he see anything?
Well, in that case, he didn't see anything. He was just like, they were just talking about why are there these large tunnel systems under the country?
For moving airplanes.
Yeah, but some of them are way larger than an airplane. Like, what would you be moving under the country that is larger than 2 Boeings put next to each other?
Secret alien spaceships.
Exactly. That's the point that they're trying to make. Now this next one is the one that made the most sense to me. Okay, I think it's about the Denver airport. There's some Denver International Airport or something, and they were talking about just how strange the airport is in general. So the first thing was that the airport was like massively over budgeted. Like they spent so much money on this airport, and it was like unnecessary for what the airport actually is. They want to know like where all the money went. Another facet to it was the fact that when they were constructing the airport, they never commissioned anybody to work there for any long period of time. Like it would be almost like if I was building a computer, but I hired like Dylan. I said, Dylan, I'm gonna pay you to put in the motherboard, and then I fire you. And then Alex, I'm gonna pay you to put in the memory, and then I fire you. And then Rebecca, I'm gonna pay you to put in the processor, and then I fire you. That's basically how the entire construction of this thing went on. They hired people to do one specific thing, and fired them. And nobody really stayed there long enough to see the whole thing. So nobody on the project really knows every single crevice of the airport. They say that they have like underground systems in the airport that they don't use. There have been reports of people like accidentally hitting certain types of combinations on the elevators, and it brings them to like floors where there are like really weird things going on. Like one guy said he went into the bathroom and the urinal was taller, like above his head, and they were like, "How the fuck am I even supposed to use this?" You know, and he just like ran out. But all of that is kind of wishy-washy. Except this part, alright? They were talking about, like, there is a portion of the airport that is completely underground. Like, there is a building underground. Like, there are multiple, departments to it and layers and stuff. And, there's like an enormous runway next to it, and none of it is used for the public or used at all. And when questioned about it, the government has actually changed their story on it. Like, first they said, oh, it's structurally unstable, we don't want to use it, it's a dangerous thing. And then later on, when they were asked about it, they said, oh, there was some kind of fungal outbreak, and now it's just condemned. Nobody uses it. And like that, on top of everything else, like why they spent so much money on this airport? There is a huge structure underneath the ground that nobody uses, and there's a fungal outbreak, and that's why you're not using it. Like, what the fuck is going on there? That is like the main part of the documentary that I thought was remotely even tangible evidence. Because it makes sense. Like, why would you spend so much money on this thing, and some of it is not being used? And why would you have such a weird way of hiring construction workers and laying them off before they even get to see what they're doing? You know, you don't hire somebody just to lay like a couple boards and then fire them. That's really fucking strange.
Unless they're really bad at their job.
But there's not a single person that was there from beginning to end.
Maybe there are no
except
good
for the
workers
people
there.
Who commissioned it, really, I guess.
The government.
Right.
I don't know, that just seems really strange to me.
I don't know.
And
this comes
you're also
from,
probably only hearing from the people who got fired. So
Maybe. But what about the underground facility that they don't use?
I mean, you don't think it's a little bit of like government corruption and mismanagement of funds and like people saying, "Oh man, I'll get you the contract to this airport, but it's a small thing, so we'll just add this random building that no one will understand, and that'll get you more money."
It seems so. It seems so precise of a thing to just be put there just to spend extra money. Like it actually seems like something well thought out. To me, at least.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I just have to play a little bit of a devil's advocate and be like, "Are you sure
Oh,
it's
of course.
just not government
I understand
corruption?"
what you're doing.
The voice
But, like-
logic.
What happened?
Evan.
I don't know. It just seemed like a really strange coincidence that there's a pylon here. They would build like this really intricate underground building complex, which coincidentally also had runways next to it, and nobody would use it. The people in the area also say that they always see like helicopters and stuff, like the type that can hover like really quietly and stuff, moving in and out of the area all the time.
Well, have you ever been to the Denver airport?
No.
I was there once briefly, and they have this really creepy, like,
I was just gonna talk about that, like mural on the wall with an alien.
no, Bronco statue outside that you can see for like a while. Like it's pretty big, and it's got these weird glowy red eyes. And like, what if that's a beacon? Or some sort of signal? Like, if we turn his eyes off, that means, you know, this can happen. Or if they blink 2 times, that's, you know, it's like a signal.
That's pretty interesting. I was going to talk about this mural that was inside of the Denver airport, and it was like so fucking cryptic looking. It was basically like of all these different like, huh?
No, I was talking
Touch
to
it?
Dylan. Don't
Touch that
it,
thing?
Dylan.
Where did everybody go?
I don't
The
know, they
next
left
area.
us.
Next area.
Rude.
Alright.
We're just sitting here chilling and talking about aliens, and they're like, "We're just gonna go on without you guys."
Gotta follow leader.
There's a well. Can you just shout that out?
I was trying to, but
You can cut me off. There was a mural inside of the airport where, like, it was really cryptic. Like, one part of the mural, there's like kids like in distress and shit, and just really trippy looking stuff. And then on the other side of the mural, there's a fucking alien, like Darth Vader looking motherfucker, with like a fucking machete, and he's like stabbing a duck. Like, it's the weirdest fucking shit. Nobody knows why it was put there in the first place, and it disturbed so many people that they took it down. But like, why the hell would you even put that in an airport of all places? That's really fucking strange. Now, I'm not saying that this has anything to do with aliens. If it did, that would be really fucking, like, I don't, despicable of the people to like put that there, knowing that there's aliens, just to like fuck with us. Yeah, I don't know. That's I'm gonna take a screenshot of it from the documentary and send it to you guys, because in a way, I actually think that it's fucking hilarious. That they put that shit in an airport. Like the last thing that you needed before going on an airplane is seeing a terrorist alien. This is basically what it was.
You have to go in this area over here. I was gonna say, from someone who works at an airport, or who worked at an airport, there are a lot of places that aren't used. And it's mostly because they don't have anybody to go in there. And most of the time, it's true, but like what I saw, they cram people so hard into like little cubicles, which I find kind of hilarious in some ways, but kind of demeaning in other ways, because I actually had to put PCs in these small ass cubes for 3 people. So yeah, like I can understand there being like secret areas and places like an airport. Like,
but like who would they put down there?
I don't know. Like I seen like some doors, like I had keys to everywhere. And some doors are just like nobody uses them. Nobody goes in there. Like there's monitors and PCs in there. I don't know who bought those. And I'm supposed to know because I was like the person who did inventory for like the equipment. I'm like, where the fuck these PCs come from? And half the time they look brand new. Like, I don't know who the fuck goes in this room.
Yeah, like I understand the whole thing of having facilities and having stuff in the facilities. That makes perfect sense when it's on the normal airport premises. I think we go down. I think it's really just the location in the situation of the Denver airport, which is like just strange to me.
Well, having it underneath the actual airport is kind of strange because I wouldn't trust. I don't know if I'd want to work underneath an airport.
Yeah, it's underneath the airport.
Yeah. Like going underneath the runway over by us is still like weird for me. Because I actually saw it being built and they fucked that shit up so hard. Like there was like landslides like all the fucking time.
Well, Denver's a different area than Florida. I mean, they're like mountainous. Florida could flood at any moment.
Yeah.
I still vote government corruption over alien conspiracy.
Okay. There was another case where, is this one the electrical engineer?
You just mentioned an electrical engineer.
Maybe it was another electrical engineer.
Are you getting your conspiracy things mixed up?
No, because a few of the stories had to deal with like people laying the groundwork for like electrical things in tunnels.
It seemed like all of your stories right now.
Yeah.
All in tunnels.
Yeah.
There's a very
this documentary
tunnel
was solely about things that were underground.
Oh, that makes sense then.
It was just a case of like somebody, and he said that he went into like secret compartments and found like, you know, all kinds of weird science experiments and stuff, and he tried to take pictures of them, and he disappeared shortly after that. Nobody knows what happened to him. There's actually an island off the coast of California that they say that there's supposed reports of like seeing stuff coming out of the water and like releasing little crafts and going back under the water. And they talked about how the government commissioned somebody to supposedly mock up a design for an underwater base.
Oh man, it's gonna be like Bioshock.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And it's not like it's impossible, right? Because they know ways to extract oxygen from water, because that's how submarines stay underwater. Getting power is not difficult, right?
Right. Going crazy underneath the water is easy.
Yeah, there's I don't know, like underwater facilities. That's kind of out there.
So what is this one that they're saying? Like there's alien?
Yeah, they're trying to
underneath the
say that
water?
there's an alien base off the coast of
Mermaids?
California.
Oh, is
No,
it the
they
lost
just
city
put
of
the base
Atlantis now?
underground and they keep the aliens there.
Could be the lost city, you know.
Yeah.
Could be the lost city.
Dylan
What do
was
you guys?
just telling me about some mythical water that they found in the Amazon.
Clean water?
It's a river that boils. It's about 7 miles long, and it will be considered one of the new great wonders of the world.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a
river
boiling river.
in the Amazon.
It's a boiling river.
Yes,
Yeah.
a naturally boiling river.
But there are bodies of water that naturally boil by themselves, like, and there's nothing special about them.
Yeah, but not a river.
I could make it a river. I mean, I could start just digging and make it have a current.
But then that would be a man-made river.
Correct. And that would defeat the purpose of the
Natural wonder.
natural wonder of
But I'm natural. I'm all natural most of the time. When I'm not roided out, I'm pretty natural. Okay, here's the conspiracy that I want to know what your guys' opinion of it is. Do you think there's a possibility that we are at the will of aliens, and that's why they don't tell us about it? Like, we're basically like aliens are running our government secretly.
like X-Files.
Spoiler alert. I haven't really watched any X-Files.
That TV show ended in like 2000 something.
Hey, still spoiler alert, girl.
Oh, hey, not necessarily. They came back. They came back.
They're back. So
They're
people
back.
might go back and watch it.
I just watched it for the first time last summer. All
See.
9 ridiculous seasons.
They were ridiculously awesome. So I don't know.
The last season had some of the best stories, but some of the worst acting, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, agree.
I can't pick up anything else.
I can't pick up anything.
I guess going back to town.
I need to go back.
But I mean,
You
I
didn't
think
answer my
that was
question.
like the major theme of the whole series was like aliens and the government were working together to control people.
Essentially, that's basically what it was.
So what if that is the case? The government is scared of these aliens, so they're just doing what they tell them to do. What are the odds of that being true, in your opinions?
I can't believe what people throw away.
I think that's as possible as the government keeping secrets about aliens, trying to control the public.
If that's true, they should have taken control of Syria a while back.
Maybe that's the alien stepping in right now. Never know. Like, yo, we need to fix this shit right now. Let's do this. Like, anything's possible, right? So if aliens do exist, any number of possibilities could be there. Like, there could be like facilities in every single state, every single country that houses aliens.
And you'd think that there would be, because, like, why would the aliens choose one country over another?
Right, there wouldn't be any reason.
In one of the documentaries, they talked about how the Nazi Germans, Nazi Germany had facilities in like the Antarctic, and like supposedly under the ocean type of facility, and we sent like an entire U.S. naval base there to investigate, and they claim that something came out of the water and attacked. One thing came out of the water and was flying around and attacked the whole Navy unit that was there and drove them out. Like the Navy officers that were there said that if the fight continued, they would have lost to that one thing. And this is not like a conspiracy. This is a documented thing. And they don't know what it was. It was some kind of aircraft, and they claim that they think that it came out of the water.
Well, I mean, if aliens were going to land on Earth, they would probably land in water, because the Earth is the majority water.
No, but the idea is that they were working with Nazi Germany.
The aliens were?
Yeah.
It seems kind of...
Yeah.
I actually don't think that it's too far-fetched, because Nazi Germany were actually pretty fucking advanced. Like the type of sciences that they were supposedly working on that are like lost to us now, but they were experimenting with all kinds of like anti-gravity shit and different types of bio experiments and stuff that, I mean, there's no certain proof that they were doing it, but that's what people believe. And if that is the case, where would they get that technology from? Let's just say hypothetically that they were working on anti-gravity. Where would they get that from in that time? Ooh, set piece.
Oops. Well, I want to believe aliens, obviously. But this was a really exciting time in science, and people were making all kinds of discoveries and doing all kinds of experiments. So, like, my dad was telling me that at one point, I think it was the Nazis, but it might have been America, was trying to harness the weather so that they could send tornadoes to their enemies.
Yeah, and there was earthquake experiments and trying to...
So, I mean, this was a time when they were like, you know, we can understand this so we can control everything. Just because they're doing gravity experiments doesn't mean that they're, like, creating anti-gravity stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the man went after the Spear of Destiny. He was trying everything to win the war.
It's true.
And he obviously could get all the top minds in the country. So he had resources that probably most countries didn't have, because he didn't have to pay anyone.
We extracted Einstein from them.
Uh-huh.
And that motherfucker is still making history today.
Yep.
Gravitational.
Waves.
Yep. So I'm not surprised that they had that weird technology here and there, or in experimental form. Sorry.
I mean, but
On
it
a-
would be
on-
amazing if it was aliens.
Yeah.
On a side note, I sort of wish that there is a heaven, so that Einstein could be up there, and in like in a German accent, he can be like, "I told you, motherfuckers, I told you." Nobody listened. It's one of those bittersweet things. Like, alien documentaries are so fun to watch, but they make zero fucking sense sometimes.
Have you seen Aliens on the Moon?
No.
Oh man. That one, the premise is so exciting. It's supposed to show proof that there's an alien moon base.
Moving
What,
to
on
the
the dark
next
side
area.
of the moon?
And then I think it's on the regular side of the moon.
Would we not have seen it already?
Well, they're saying that like it's always been there and we just haven't noticed it and the government's not telling us. So they're taking pictures of the moon and saying like, look at this structure. This is definitely not natural and this looks like air vents and piping and oh, it's so bad.
But regular people have access to telescopes that could pretty clearly see the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, these motherfucking aliens out of my motherfucking moon.
It was, I mean, it was so bad because I really wanted it to be good. And to have it at least like a, well, maybe type of feel to
I think
it.
we're going the wrong way. Yeah, I totally feel you. Like, every time I see an alien documentary, I want it to just uncover some truth.
Right? You're like, this is going to be the one. This is going to
So,
blow the lid off.
I could go outside, guns blazing, just lose my fucking mind.
But the Aliens on the Moon was so bad. I was watching it and I was getting so mad and I was yelling at the TV. I had to turn it off. I was like, your logic doesn't make sense. This has already been disproved. You haven't done your research at all. It was a frustrating documentary to watch.
Does anybody know the guy on the History Channel with the crazy hair?
Yes.
Oh,
Anytime I see that motherfucker, I change the channel.
Oh no,
no,
I love
he's
him. He's my
kidding.
favorite.
He's insane.
Anytime
Everything
I
is
see him, I will
aliens.
stop what I'm doing and watch.
Everything is aliens.
Yes.
He's the
Documentary
alien
about Jesus. It's aliens.
Einstein. He's the alien Einstein.
He's the best.
Oh my god, that
Did
guy.
you ever say anything bad about?
That guy's
Crazy
fucking. that
You
guy's
call
fucking-
yourself an alien
He-
want to believer.
He's a favorite in my household, actually. So, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I see him and I get mesmerized too. But then I get my senses back and I'm like, yo, I gotta stop watching this shit right now.
Like, you charming devil, you.
It's his magical hair.
Dude, it's the fucking hair, man. I'm like, why can't you comb that shit? And then I just sit there looking at it.
And have you
Luke Goblin.
like seen like the evolution of that hair?
Oh yeah,
It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
I want a documentary of that hair. History Channel, please.
That would be nice.
Drop a portal. Drop the portal. Oh man, I almost got excited there.
Yeah. Got a lot of blood shards though for him.
Well, I gotta admit, Jameer, I never thought you were gonna be the alien guy in our group.
No, I mean, mathematically, I believe
It would be a waste
Just-
of a universe if there aren't other beings.
Just- probability and statistics dictate that they are out there. So, I don't need any documentary. The documentary is solely there to determine whether or not people are lying to us. Which, we're talking about the government, so they're lying to us.
Of course. And why do they gotta be like gray aliens? Like,
Seriously.
they could be anything. They could look like us and be aliens.
They could be. Barack Obama's a fucking alien.
You could be an alien. You never know.
I'm pretty sure Trump is an alien.
That's okay too.
His orange color is not natural. And I know you're gonna say fake tan, but
Everybody
like,
in New Jersey is an alien then.
there's limits.
Let me not say that because people in New Jersey are gonna get angry at me.
It's okay, they don't really matter.
The Guidos in New
The
Jersey.
Guidos.
they're all aliens. That can be the only explanation.
I'm an alien.
You're not.
Yeah, he's an alien.
Are you?
I'm an
You said that
alien.
he's pale.
Well, he is now, but he was born in Jersey, so he probably comes from
You're
alien
born
people.
in Jersey.
Huh?
I
know
just
the
lost
truth.
respect for you, sir. I'm sorry.
I know the truth, and I'm never gonna tell you, Jameer.
Don't lie. You don't know.
Mortals.
Alright, we can go back to town whenever you're
That's
ready.
the laugh of a madman that thinks he knows everything, but doesn't.
I am returning to town.
He barely even lived in Jersey. He doesn't know their secrets. Gosh
All
darn
their
it.
secrets.
Wow, these legendary shoes are better than the Septies.
I can't find any better gear.
Wah.
Wow, did you get that from Dylan, or did Dylan get that from you?
We may never know.
No.
Somebody call the ambulance.
Mm.
Wow. Are you two the same person?
I know, right?
Yeah, we've merged a long time ago.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we spend a lot of time together.
But I should not, as an alien, I shall not teach you the secrets of merging. Sucker.
That's okay, I wasn't interested anyways. Really.